money still chasing the millions. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field. Got money still chasing the millions. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field.
Welcome to The Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie. I'm here with Rapz.
Yo, you know what it is, people. Your boy Conyo West live in the flesh. It's another Monday night, another 10 p.m. We live here in The Field Radio, 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie Independent Radio. What's the deal with you, E-Bugs? How you?
Yo, award-winning Erin Boogie.
I was going to get straight to it. I seen you up there. I seen you. What exactly did you win? Was it an award or was it like a... Okay. What was the award for? You got to let the people know.
So it was for uplifting and inspiring the community.
Okay. Listen, give it up for Erin Boogie, y'all. Give it up for Erin Boogie, man.
Thank you. Yeah, so shout out to Cut From a Different Kente. They're the ones that put on the event. They basically honored 12 women from the community, and it was, all different women from all different walks of life who did, all different things out here in the community.
So they were cut from all types of Kentes, is what you're telling me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They definitely cut their face. And people were from all over the area. It wasn't just people from, Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, wherever. It was people from all over. So it was really cool. I met a bunch of different people who did a bunch of different things. And I'm actually going to have Crooner give me a list of the honorees so that I can...
Everybody that was recognized.
Yeah, because there was a lot of women who did a lot of really cool things. Like the one woman whose name escapes me, she actually lost her son to gun violence. So she went and started a program for children in the city of New York.
You talking about Mark? You talking about Mark's friends?
Yes.
Yep, for sure, man. Yeah, definitely. I know who you talking about.
Like
I believe her name is Jamaica.
Yes, Jamaica Hall.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you're sitting in a room with other women who are doing super inspiring things.
So, you know what's funny is, I don't know if you know this, but when the both of us together went to go do Honest Hour with Mike Williams, that was her location.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, small world.
And then... it was really cool because Ice the God was there. He performed.
Okay.
And I brought him. So when I did my speech, I brought him on stage with me because when I had quit the music industry for a little while, when I was not in a great place, he's the one that had invited me to his listening party. And that was when I got re-inspired to do all this music industry stuff. And so I always tell the story that if he had not invited me to that listening party, I would not have been re-inspired and I would not be where I am today. So I felt like it was like a full circle moment that it was, his crew that was doing that award show that...
Nice.
So I brought him on stage and I made
That's
sure that
dope.
I shared him out.
When I seen the picture, I had thought that he had presented you the award. But that's dope that you brought him up there, man. I would have loved to have been there, man. Friday night, I was DJing over at Midnight Ferry. The summer is only getting warmer. It's only getting hotter, and yeah, we got some things heating up, man. I don't want to say too much. But yeah, definitely had a good night over there. Shout out to... Yeah, for sure. But shout out to the whole team, man. And man, leave the nonsense at home, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me ask you something, because I had to do this for myself. I took myself out on a solo date. Is that something you do often?
No, never.
Never, right? I feel like it's a little awkward, but I feel like you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I'm not even comfortable when I'm in it with people.
Okay.
I was talking about this earlier today. Yesterday, I'm like the most socially awkward person on the planet.
Okay. Well, yeah, this over the weekend, man, I took myself out on a solo date. Saturday after the day after I DJ'd, it was like I slept most of the day away. So when I woke up, it was so nice out. I'm like, nah, I gotta go outside and do something. So yeah, I ended up going out getting some dinner and some drinks by myself, but I ain't mad at it. It was a good vibe. I went to Chapala in the Windsor. That's my spot for real.
Never been there.
You gotta check that out. Oh, we gotta do it in the field trip, maybe. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm down. I like Drake.
Yeah. Man, we had a lot of music. I mean, we could be honest about it, man. We had a lot of music that we needed to consume over the weekend. You know, where do you start? Oh, y'all know where we should start.
I was gonna say.
But you know, none other than, man, the Kevin Gates album, man. You know what we were leading up to. Nah, I'm playing. It was the Kevin Gates album. AZ dropped Do or Die 3. My man Trav Dickey. There was a lot of people that really did drop, man. Obviously, Lucky dropped, as we mentioned. You know, he was going to. But everybody's talking about this Drake release. You know what I mean? We obviously were thinking that we only getting ICEMAN. We got 3 albums.
Yes.
A lot to consume. Yes, 3 different vibes. And let me tell y'all, this dropped on a Friday. Okay. Today's Monday. Okay. That is not enough time to tell me any of these are a classic, because you don't tell anybody what's a classic.
Thank you. And it's also not enough time to say if it's trash or not either. So please stop.
Nobody is allowed to say anything is a classic, because only time tells that.
That's a fact.
Not that I'm here to shoot anything down. I'll be completely honest. I don't know if you even got the chance. There's not even enough chance to truly digest it all. That's really why I say that. I really got to ICEMAN. I wanted to go solely to ICEMAN initially, because that's what we were expecting from you. That's what we knew we were getting. And you know, it's kind of like you bringing me, yo, okay, cool. Yo, I didn't know this entree came with these 2 sides, but I'm more interested in the entree still. And that's really how I felt about it. Did you check all 3 projects?
I quickly ran through all 3. I have not had a chance to digest all 3. So I was able to get the vibe from the 3, but obviously I need to sit with the 3.
See, this is exactly why I said I only wanted to pay attention to 1 at a time. Yeah. You know, I really wanted to sit with ICEMAN so that I had a proper take about at least the 1 project.
See, I wanted to go based off of what the vibes were for each project, so that way I could listen based on my mood, so that I wasn't forcing myself to listen to something that I wasn't in the mood for, and therefore not giving it the proper energy that it deserved.
Okay. Well, like I said, I've solely only paid attention to ICEMAN. I think I got a good enough synopsis and breakdown of ICEMAN. I don't want to give him our hour, you know? So we'll see how quickly we can move along with this, man. The Michael Jackson glove on the cover. Nice touch. You know, there's obviously the debate of who's Prince, who's Michael Jackson when it comes to this him and the Kendrick debate. So obviously he's still leaning on that as a reference point. So
I think it's also the reference about him surpassing Michael with the hits and stuff like that too.
Yeah. And obviously the Michael Jackson movie just came out, so it's like it's right on time. You're jumping right into the conversation that's already happening. Yes. Which is fine. You know, it's like you found yourself into the algorithm. But yeah, first record off there, Make Them Cry. I'm gonna be real. I know people hit me and was like, yo, we ready for the Drake hate this week, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is, in 2026 from a Drake, this is as perfect of an intro we could really get.
Yep.
It's everything we want. It's reflective, introspective. It's encapsulate what it's been like for the past 2 years, and it does what an intro is supposed to do. This is what you're telling me what I'm about to get into, what I'm in for, and you're giving me the summary as well up front. So I like that. Second song, Dust. And again, yo, interject whenever you got a little something about any of these joints that you had heard. Dust was the second track. It was cool. My thing is, I don't want Drake to be overdoing this with the beat switches. We get it. You was known for some of the bigger songs that got the beat switches, the Sicko Mode, things like that. You know, a lot of the joints with Future had the beat switches in the past. I'm good on the beat switching because as a DJ, right? I can't really spin something if the tempo changes in it mad times, because you're also changing the vibe. And I know in the studio, that's what you're going for. But at the end, that might not be what we're going for. You know, just so to give it its proper spins.
Hear that. Like you're listening for those types of things.
Oh yeah, well I gotta pick apart when an album comes out and it has no singles and it drops that day and I DJ that night, I gotta run through and single-handedly pick what's the heat, what could get spun. You know
So
what I
what do you
mean?
think has the singles off ICEMAN?
I think well, have you seen, he's been releasing videos like throughout the whole weekend. He's got like 7-8 videos out for different songs off different albums. So it's kind of like, I think he's giving it all to everyone and saying, yo, y'all decide. You let me know.
Yeah, yeah. But what do
You
you,
know how
say, like, what are you playing in the club from ICEMAN?
Mm,
Because ICEMAN to me was not, there wasn't a lot of like,
it wasn't a lot of club joints like that. And the
yeah,
club
it
joints
was
had
a lot
the
of
beat switches.
darker.
I'm not gonna lie, I did play the joint with Sexy Red, even though this wasn't off of Iceman. A couple other joints, you know what I mean, that I just
Yeah.
made sure I downloaded off the skim through. But like I said, this was the only album I sat and was like, yo, track 1 to track, I think it's like 18. Like, I'm gonna go through all of this. Yeah. Also, what happened at the end of Dust, why I referenced like the beat changing being a little too much, was when it went into the next song, which was Whisper My Name, I just thought it was another beat switch. I never knew the song even had changed. And this is like your second line off of it is ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So it's like, I still thought I was listening to Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was a little weird to me. But cool, maybe you want people to sit and listen through this the whole way through when it was intended to be cohesive with even the reference of the song before it. But like I said, it goes to Whisper My Name. It was good. I ain't mad at it. I think it was dope. One of the joints that had me, y'all hitting the net for some love like a tennis ball. And obviously when you hit the net with the tennis, love is like, you know, the score. Anyway, I thought that was dope. I thought that was witty. Those are the kind of lines that I look for. A lot of joints were him like just popping it to me. Like he wasn't, you know,
a lot of notables throughout all 3 projects.
Yeah, I like the joint where there was bars that I could be like, yeah, I'm sitting with this one. You know, and you obviously are looking for joints that, you know, that resonate with you as well. So when Drake said, lately he'd been kissing white women a lot, I felt that. Next is Janice, STFU. Y'all obviously know what that stands for. Y'all heard the song. I did like the beat. I did like the hook on there. Nothing too crazy, but it reminded me of like slowed down, dirty cup type of Drake, Houston Drake, which I think is fly. Obviously, I feel like
that was a reference to Janice as a label.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they, you know, obviously there was some digging going on the internet throughout the weekend, and supposedly they located a Janice who is an exec at UMG. Supposedly, allegedly, whatever, that is a shot at her.
Okay, I mean, I'm a little hesitant on certain news that like people are cracking the code on, because again, it's like this ain't enough time to sit with the project. So how is it enough time to crack the code of like who everyone is and what role they play? But it's always good to entertain. Sometimes, what does Charlemagne say? Yo, sometimes it don't matter what the truth is if the lie is very entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are entertaining, man, the following song is Run to Atlanta. I thought this was great, little witty. Obviously, this is a reference to Kendrick saying that he got to run to Atlanta for whatever song, you know, songs to get popping with Quavo, 21, Future, whatever it may be. I did like that, but obviously showing that, like, I don't know if Kendrick is paying attention to this as much as you are with the, like, needing to reference it. But it's cool. I think it's something for the fans.
And then put Future on it. And then Molly Santana has obviously seen a huge jump in numbers. Like, I think her Spotify following has jumped like several million since her feature on the track.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this was another one of those joints where we got a beat switch from where Drake was doing his thing on verse 1. We got beat switch. We catch Future verse 2. Now here, I guess I said like, yo, he kind of overdid it with the beat switches, but what I'll honestly say is with this one, it put maybe a little more in question for me relating to, I don't know if y'all truly patched this up. I don't know why Future gets a pass, being, you know, Kendrick ain't go off on you if it wasn't for the joint that y'all had on the Metro project. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just a bit much. I don't know. It's kind of like, yo, if you rolled up with the dude that snuffed me, should I be cool with you again?
Yeah.
Because after that, I also got jumped. So I don't know. I know there were people working behind the scenes to kind of patch things up with him and Future. So if it is, hey yo, good for y'all. But like I said, the beat switch and y'all not being on the same beat and things like that kind of made me question a lot. And I think that y'all do got better chemistry than what y'all gave us, in my honest opinion. But the beat switch do go crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did like how Future came in on that. The energy was crazy. I'm good on Molly Santana. Obviously, you had just mentioned her. I didn't even know that this was a girl. But I also read online, like you said, we read things online. But I did read that Drake and her had already been following each other. And when he reached out to her to do the feature, she was like, all right, cool. He said, what do you want for it? She said, I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Her thinking, oh man, I don't want to say the wrong number. She says 100K. Drake says, nah, you're doing this wrong. I'm gonna give you 500K. Again, that's possibly just rumors. But honestly, I'm starting to wonder, you see Drake on almost everybody's joint if you got some fire and you're a new artist. Like there was a time period where that was just a thing. You got to expect Drake to jump on this. And I'm kind of thinking like, yo, is that how you kind of got on everything? It's just like, yo, people being wild that like Drake want to work with them and they're like, yo, don't even worry about no details whatsoever. Yo, just please do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, she just did Rolling Loud.
Yeah. Okay, so did Northwest.
Well, yeah, she did. No, Northwest.
I'd put y'all together. You're in the same bubble, honestly.
Yo, honestly, she's the one that brought out Northwest at Rolling Loud.
See, so that might have even been a play on the, on the tactfulness. So, all right, I gotta find out more about Molly Santana, but I'm gonna be real. I don't want to. So.
Well,
I'm cool with you. I'm cool with Joel Santana.
I feel like though Drake has always occasionally done these types of things where he's worked with unknown producers and got features from up and coming artists. So this is nothing new for him.
No, 100%, man. Speaking of production, following track Shebang. Yo, I am a sucker for the sped up. Vocals of a sample and the making it some bounce and like that. This is kind of what I look for. The flow, very chill. He was very playful with it, but I'm hyped because following a song where you reference somebody telling you that you run to Atlanta for a joint, throughout the whole track, we're hearing Takeoff ad-libs. I thought that was fiery throughout the whole time. You hear the mama and, a whole bunch of other things that we know Takeoff to say. Obviously a nod to him, being that he's passed away a few years ago, but also leaves me to wonder like, yo, now what's the temperature with Quavo? What's the temperature with Offset? Offset got his own stuff going on. So maybe worrying about him ain't even a thing. But yeah, obviously gonna make you wonder. I did like it though. I did really like it. I love the sample.
Yeah, I like that song.
That was probably one of my favorites, honestly. Follow this, we got Make Them Pay. I did really like this joint as well. Off rip, I think second bar, he getting the joint in the arena like he's Gilbert Arenas. I love that. Shout out to all my basketball heads, y'all know. I thought that was lit. Again, even on Make Them Pay, sample was fire. He definitely honed in on maybe selecting different production. He even had conductor joints towards the end. But on this joint specifically, he's clowning dudes for reaching out to Hov for advice or second opinions. This wasn't his only shot at Hov during these projects. He also has a joint where he mentions that he'd rather take the 500K over the dinner. Jay-Z is cooking up a lot.
I forgot to mention with the naming convention too, like with a couple tracks on here, he has Make Them Cry, Make Them Pay, and then Make Them Remember and Make Them Know. So there was like a pattern with the naming convention like throughout the album.
No, you're right. Actually, now I'm looking at it. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, so
everything got mad Easter eggs.
Yeah, and I noticed that there was like a couple other things with like the naming convention on some of the tracks too. So he definitely
somebody even try to show me like, yo, the first letter of each album spells out him. And I'm like, all right, yo, yeah, you reaching. I'm like, you reaching, but
it
cool.
Does, though.
But yeah, as I mentioned, there was some shots at Hov. Hov is obviously cooking up for a crazy summer. He's got his run with these New York shows. We don't know what comes after that. It could be more shows. It could be shows other places.
Yep.
But aside from that, we do know that he's working on music. Everyone's still talking and expecting him to deliver something musically that's new. I'm excited to see what it turns into, but I also feel like, yo, if you couldn't go head up with Kendrick and come out victorious, why pivot this way to Hov, to the guy who's kind of in control and got his thumb on everything within the rap world, particularly behind the scenes. So, you know, but who knows? Maybe this is something that got done, something to do with this. Maybe this is Super Bowl related. Who knows? He mentions aiding Ross with the streams before Aiden Ross had a stream. A shot at Rick Ross. I do like that. Obviously, Rick Ross thought that he was going to show love. Maybe he heard these bars, and later that day, he goes, I'm not rocking with this. He's thumbing through the comments. He's reading them out loud on his story. Maybe he thought that it was going to be cool, but he quickly found out that it wasn't. He took shots at Khaled on here as well.
Yes.
Basically saying, you know so many words that Khaled, you know, played peaceful and like kind of disappeared out the scenario when he saw that the beef was really getting live. Somebody that Drake would assume had his back, that goes and lends credence to when he says Drake is on my next album, he goes, you talking about Drake Bell?
Yo, that was so funny.
Yeah. Also, you know, we've seen a lot of talk about both of them being quiet with like the whole Free Palestine thing. But Drake even made reference to this on a song, which I thought this wouldn't even be something that you got close to referencing or talking about or the topic. But yeah, says I was liking the line where he basically said that everything ain't what it seemed. Everything ain't black, white, red, and green, which is the colors of the Palestinian flag.
Yep.
I like witty Drake. There's nothing else I could really say.
I feel like Drake was not afraid to go there at any point in these projects.
And I like that you went straight to people. There was a lot of sneak dissing and a lot of like having to scratch your head and be like, yo, who's he talking about? But not on this song whatsoever.
But I feel like Hov does those types of things and is praised for it. Whereas when Drake does it, people be like, oh, it's Drake throwing shade. And you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like
Hov will throw shots and y'all didn't know he threw shots. When Drake throws shots, you got to wonder who he's talking about. So I think they do it very differently.
But I feel like...
And when you're Mr. Diss Me and you'll never hear a reply for it, but you replying to everybody, it do look different.
But I feel like it's a little bit of the same thing. Like, because Jay-Z will not necessarily come out and name. And Drake does a lot of the same thing. And I feel like in this case, though, Drake wasn't afraid to go there on everything. Like, he addressed all the topics, all the people. Like,
so do you think that we get a Hov response, direct or indirect?
Probably indirect. Because I also don't think, do you think that Hov feels like he needs to address Drake?
No, but there could very much be a... you still here causing a nuisance. This could be... this could turn into let me finish you off. Pause.
But I think the thing with Jay-Z is that I feel like he could just pull some strings like behind the scenes that just might stop a couple bags. You know what I mean? Like, he's at that level where I feel like he just doesn't. That's the thing.
I feel like that's already what's occurring.
But I feel like that's the thing with poking Jay-Z is that it's like you're poking the wrong bear at that point. Like, going at Kendrick is different than going at Hov.
Yeah. Totally two different monsters.
And that's why I feel like Hov at this point in the game, like, you don't have to respond to people on wax because he can maneuver differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But speaking of like the indirect kind of shots, the next song was Burning Bridges on here. I'm gonna be real, trash to me.
Again, naming convention though.
But I do want to know whose baby moms wasn't posting their single when it dropped. You back to making me scratch my head and wonder.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of them things that, how do I put it? Like, it's I guess the person whose baby moms didn't post their single is the person that knows that, hey, he's talking about me.
Well, I feel like that could be multiple people though.
Nah, multiple of y'all shorties ain't posting when y'all drop a single. Anyway, listen, next joint, National Treasure. I didn't care too much for this one either, but this did have 21 Savage on it. Talking about bees on the table. Obviously, this is all referencing, you know, we get it. You need more money when it's time to negotiate and that people have wronged you. And he references the lawsuit as fighting the man, not suing the rapper. Mm-hmm. Take that what you will. After that goes What Did I Miss? Honestly, this fits perfectly on the album sonically, and I do wonder if he kind of crafted the whole album around that song.
Yeah.
He does date some of these rhymes, as he says it's currently Ramadan in one of them. So there's really no telling how new the songs are, but we obviously know What Did I Miss is at least a year old now.
Yep.
Plot Twist is the next joint. We get it. You're doing gang things with your fingers, and you think dudes banging isn't correct if you don't know what it is they throwing up, or if they don't know your handshake. I just don't want to hear this from Drake. We've watched you your whole life since adolescence, and now he's here to regulate your banging for legitimacy. Corny. I'm gonna be real. Like, there's no other way I could put this, and I want to be straightforward. Too Hard for Radio. I did like this. More shots. Yep. I love the Bay Area sound. He was taking shots on Mustard. Again, another beat switch. Surprise, surprise. Claims that he's basically claiming, you know, Mustard ain't been popping since I was on his records, since I was jumping on his production. What happened to Rack City? We like that. Obviously, this is cap because Mustard has had, just 2 years ago, Mustard had one of his biggest years doing GNX with Kendrick. Another big run that he had post working with you was Tell Me, Supposed to Be, Loyal, Paranoid. He was on a crazy run that summer.
On a crazy tear,
Yeah, exactly. Come on, you know this. And, you know, sonically, they all sounded the same. So back to DJing, this is DJ Mustard. But when all of these songs are the same tempo and they kind of sonically got the same sound, during that summer, I could do a 10 to 15 minute Mustard set just off joints he produced, and he wasn't a rapper. So that was big. The rest of these joints, they was cool, you know, a lot of rambling, pretty much, you know, the same feel or vibe throughout the whole project. I don't know if those last, I think I'm like leaving off maybe like the last 4 joints, but we digging deep into time now. But yeah, I think there was like another 4 joints at the end of the project. Your takeaway overall, how'd you feel, Iceman?
I felt good.
I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've seen, you know, people are harsh with the ratings nowadays. I know you saw that Chris Brown got a 1.3 from Pitchfork.
What? No, I didn't see that. A 1.3?
Yeah. They checked the tweets of the dude who wrote the article. Obviously, you know, people gonna dig, they're gonna find his Twitter. He, for years, has had Chris Brown hate tweets. So, you know, that goes with that. But obviously, what it's supposed to do, here we are talking about it. I think I could honestly give this Drake joint, and y'all gonna say this is low or that's a bad number, but it's not a bad number. 10 is perfect. If 10 is perfect, I think I might want to give this joint like a 7, man. 7 point something.
Yeah, I would say probably like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. And again, not bad, yo. I like the,
not his worst.
I like the production. So that was my big thing. When you throw 3 joints at us for whatever reason you did, I don't know if it's to finish your label contract, you owed them 3 and you was like, yo, I'm gone. Who knows what it is, right? Maybe you want to throw this all at us, Chris Brown style, another Chris Brown reference, is because you just want to throw mad songs at us and we're just going to play it all and it's just going to run up your numbers. Or maybe you want to give a little something to everybody. We don't know what it is. But I lost my train of thought.
I feel like he gave us. Like. Do you think that it's just a rumor that it was to satisfy the label contract, or like, what do you think?
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. What I think is, I'm unsure. I kind of wonder. I think it could be a variety of things. Obviously, that's the biggest one to entertain. It makes the most sense, but we don't know that to be true. I don't like you throwing 3 at us because there's always a lot of talk about Drake's catalog. Does he have classics? How many classics? If so, it's always debated. But let's say you dropped a certain amount of albums throughout your career now. Let's not include the Party Next Door joint even.
Yeah.
I think when you throw 3 at us, and we already might have our top 5 Drake albums, you know, they're super fans, yo, they might be like, yo, these are the top 3, I live and die by these. When you throw 3 at us at one point in your career, people don't know where to place these on your ranking. That's how I feel, because it's like they all came at the same time and they all different vibes.
Yeah.
So like one can't compete with the other, which can't compete with the other.
That's a fact.
Big shout out to alumni, in the field alumni. Stunna Sandy was on that project, and she is also the face that is hidden on the cover.
Yep, that's the rumor.
Don't forget where you seen her first. All right. Don't forget who also broke the news that she wasn't Latina. All right, because I seen 20 something people ask her the same thing in an interview after we interviewed her.
And I've been seeing all them likes come through on our clips since.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. You know, we back in the algorithm. How we find ourselves here. But I did like that. It was a good vibe, man. You know, I great interview with her. I do want to bring her back if we're able to. Maybe she's too Hollywood now. You know, I know she went crazy. People had to be sharing and tagging her, but like she not going crazy on the story. She's just chilling. This is my see-through outfit. I'm going out to dinner.
I really liked Maid of Honor though.
Did you?
Yeah, I liked the dance vibes. It felt like
okay.
I was low-key hoping for a popcorn feature and got it, so I was happy about that. I like
yeah. Ooh, yeah, the popcorn joint was fire. I did play that over the weekend.
Yeah, Amazing Shape. That was a great record.
It's so much music that you gonna forget some of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
See? And that's what I mean. You might have gave us too much. I feel like if you trimmed the fat, because even on ICEMAN, there was a couple joints you could have not gave us.
Well, that's so what here's my overarching thoughts of the 3 projects was that it was good music, right? Because we were nervous. It was like after the last couple projects, it was like we could have got some hot garbage. ICEMAN could have been bad. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Neither was Maid of Honor. Neither was HABIBTI. So it was like, okay, we got some good music out of here. If he had gave us one cohesive project with the best songs from the 3 projects, we could have had a really good project. So that's why I almost feel like maybe the rumors of him dropping the 3 projects to get out of the UMG deal could be true.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know where to pivot from here. We just spent so much time on Drake. We could get a palate cleanser real quick. Pause. Right? Because Drake definitely not on my palate. I do got something in the bag here, man. Are you ready to tackle some hard-hitting advice that the people need?
Yeah.
Let's get it, man. This one right here, I do like this because the title was very letting you know of what it is. Can a woman be too beautiful for you to approach her? I like this, right? Someone said this to me recently, and I'm unsure if I can believe it. Of course, I wish it was true. At least then I could blame my loneliness on something positive. But would you be likely to approach a gorgeous woman you're attracted to, or would her looks prevent you from talking to her at all? Let's say she acts normally, seems kind. I know there's a lot of details, maybe not, that would change how you act, but let's keep things simple. Can a woman be too beautiful for you to approach her? Okay, it seems like he didn't experience this, but it was like a topic amongst maybe him and a friend. I like that. I'm say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna be real enough and vulnerable enough to say yes. A woman can be too beautiful for you to approach her, but sometimes we get so caught up on how she look because that's the only thing we know about her. Okay?
That's crazy.
So when you find out that her brakes make noise when she hits that corner, you know, because the check engine light is on her 98 Civic, it changes things.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just making something up. But I'll be completely honest, like, yo, there's times where you think a shorty is out of your league just from the way that she looks. And in reality, you might be out of her league. Especially if you got something good going for yourself, you know what I mean? You got your own little spot, you got your own car, you got a job, you this, you that, you know, you ain't got crazy debt. You really can't ask for much more in a guy. So on the flip side, you know, sometimes, like I said, the beauty is all that we know because that's all that we see because we've yet to talk to her. But she just might be chill. She might just be chill to where you know, you're putting down your wall that you're building for yourself. There have been times where this has happened to me. But like I said, with the Cardi B, Stephon Diggs thing, yo, a lot of the times, ain't nobody living too much different of a life than you. All right, they be getting cheated on. They be dating people they ain't got business dating. They got the same problems as you. You know, just
designer clothes.
Just a better outfit, yo. Just a better outfit. You know what I mean? Y'all got the same problems. So yeah, I do like that question, man. Hopefully, yo, you go up, you roll up. I'd say the only place where I know I can't pull up and talk to no girl is at the gym. I feel like that's a little creep down, or it's perceived that way. So I don't ever want to be looked at as the guy that runs down on joints in the gym. So I wouldn't. That was a big one for me. Other than that, I don't really think that there's no scenario or place that's like offline. Maybe if she's working, because that's a little weird too, because she kind of can't just walk away and be like, nah, I'm good. But again, if she ever says she's good, leave her alone, fellas. All right. All right. This can't go no better. Here's my second piece, and I wasn't gonna look for nothing too crazy, but again, funny enough, same topic. I just don't get it. I just witnessed why men don't approach women anymore, and when did it come to this? I like this. Okay. I just left a bar where I was having, I felt a much deserved beer or three. There was a very attractive woman sitting by herself a couple of chairs down from me. I was relaxing, enjoying, and watching the boats go by. I live in coastal Florida. Hey, shout out to all my Florida listeners. And I see a guy make eye contact with, I presumed her head was pointing in this direction. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this. Reasonably good-looking guy. He approaches her. And okay, so you're watching two people. You're watching somebody talk to somebody else. He approaches her, introduces himself, compliments her. It's very nice, and attempts to ask her out. I say attempts because he never finished the question. She shut him down so hard and so fast that my head was spinning. She was not kind at all. She immediately called him a creep, ugly, and then took her phone off the bar to take a picture of him, assuming that she would be posting it to out him. He's immediately apologetic, visibly dumbfounded as much as I am. During his apology, he called the bartender over, she called the bartender over, claiming that he won't leave her alone. The bartender, to his credit, was already watching and came to the guy's defense, refusing to kick him out because she was asking for something that was extremely demanding. The guy immediately left. I don't know what's up with my reading today. Visibly shaken from the experience. I felt really bad for him. I always thought social media was blowing things out of the water and out of proportion until I saw it myself. Now I get it. When did this start happening? When did it change from thank you, but no thank you? Golden line right there. To get away from me, you creep. And taking their video to potentially post it online. But I always go online. Here's the one right here. But I always go online and see videos all the time of women asking why men do not approach anymore. I like this. I like this a lot. Do you feel men don't approach anymore?
Yes, I feel that.
Okay. Due to men not approaching anymore, do you think to combat that, women now have to be more proactive in approaching men and talking to them?
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Okay. Do y'all have to go about it in a different way? Y'all got to do it in a very like inconspicuous way.
Yes.
You
But
know,
like,
because I know when I be DJing, there's always girls that like slide up and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm not in your way, am I?" And it's like, boom, like I like that because I peep the icebreaker because there's mad other seats here.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, you know, I feel like girls got to find their own indirect way to approach. Do you feel like that's more of a thing? And why don't you like it? Is it something
Yeah.
that you is like it's weird to you? You don't feel comfortable doing it?
Well, yeah, because like I'm a little bit older, so like my whole life it's been one way. And then
Yeah.
I feel like the Me Too movement happened and like things changed.
I think this could have played a role in men running down too.
Yeah, for sure. And like stuff like this, like, you know, the internet and like people overreacting and stuff like that.
There's no original lines no more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that may play a role in it, like especially with these dudes that be having they like the meta glasses on and they walking around like trying to holler at girls and put it on their Instagram and stuff. I feel like that even plays a role into people being unwelcoming to being approached and what people's intent is and you know, things like that.
Then it's weird, like conversely too, like on the internet, because you get guys that say like the creepiest stuff like in your DMs.
I feel like shooting in the DM is like where that is people's approach within the past like 10 years or so.
But some of the stuff that people will say to people they don't even know is like unbelievable to me. I was gonna post it today, like I was like about to out somebody, and then I was like, let me not be that person, but like, yo,
you know, like, I just think that it's not. There's no. I don't want to say repercussions. It sounds so like serious and strict, but like there's nothing I lose for shooting at somebody that I don't know. I think what made things weird nowadays is like, yo, you can't.
Because it's not even like people saying like, yo, hey, like, I want to get to know you and stuff like that. Because like people will say that stuff and that's corny, but like, at least that's like a normal something that you could say to somebody or like whatever. But it's like people will come in your DM and say the wildest things where you're like,
let me ask you something.
Comfortable saying that to another person.
As a woman and the recipient of said message, for the fellas out there that's listening, right? What's the best approach for shooting in the DM?
Hi, how are you today? Like start out like a normal human being.
Okay. You don't think that's too cheesy almost? Like, I feel like you gotta slide in with something wild.
No, not wild.
What made me different? Maybe me being respectful make me stand out because others aren't. But like,
I'm gonna tell you right now that being respectful right now will make you stand out. And like, to be honest, like a lot of times I have to answer my DMs because of having the show and stuff like that. So I have to pay attention to what's happening in there.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad.
And they be shooting they shot up in the radio station in the radio show?
No, not in the radio. I don't get a lot of DMs from in the field, to be honest. It's more like people will come to like my personal page, and that like I think it maxed out at 30 because it doesn't even say, like, it doesn't even tell you like the number anymore. So like I don't even get notifications anymore. And then like so I just have to like keep an eye on it, and it just is like unbelievable.
So I got something that made me laugh. Man. You just kind of reminded me of this when we were talking about like people shooting at DMs in the show's page. But have you ever had somebody try to holler at you because they heard your voice on the radio?
No, I don't. I'm trying to think because I've had people like reach out, but I'm trying to think if it like I surprisingly haven't had any like super weird encounters like because of the show. I'm trying to think.
So I'm gonna be honest because sometimes when I reshare us here at the station, you know, anytime I repost it and you in it. There's always at least one or two people that hit me and be like, yo, I didn't even know she was white. So that's why I was like, yo, has people ever heard your voice and then went to your page and then it's like, oh, hold on. I don't know if she's who I thought, you know what I mean?
Yo,
But you
like
know,
I don't.
everybody, at least a couple times a month, people hit me and be like, yo, I didn't even know she was white. I'm like, dang, we're a year deep right now.
That's mad funny. No, like I'm trying to think. Like I don't think I've had like too weird. Like when I used to write for Baller Alert, I used to get death threats and stuff all the time.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, like that used to be crazy. I used to get DMs all the time. Like people used to threaten like physical harm on me. I used to get death threats. Like people used to try to pull up on me. Like yeah, I used to get threatened all the time.
They was pulling up on you?
No, they used to threaten to pull up on me. Like that was kind of wild, but like with the radio show, I've always had more love than anything, and I haven't had too weird of like encounters like with people that, and I get a lot of like I've had a couple of like the inmates that listen like after they've gotten out, like they've reached out and like not on stuff, like that they've like reached out to be like you got me through my bid and stuff like that, and that has always like meant the world to me.
That's what's up. They'd be like, yo, let me stay at your crib real quick so I can get on my feet.
Can you imagine? I'd be like, all right.
Listen, man. Shout out to all the incarcerated listeners, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're the reason why I do it. Like, they're the ones that keep
for
me
real,
going.
yo, you was locked in when I first sat with you. That was one of the first things that you told me. It was like, yo, our listenership comes from a lot of the you know, these local jails upstate and whatnot. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. Keep tapping in. You know, Good. Y'all got the tech in there, so y'all could, even if y'all missed the Monday show, I know your man's got the you know, the tablet. Listen,
that's why I be trying to tell people, like, whenever people like ask about the show, like that's like the first thing I say is that like we have a huge incarcerated listening base. So like they're listening from behind the wall.
That's
and like that's where like sometimes I like to bring on guests that have been locked up so that they can send that message to the people behind the wall to give them that hope and stuff, to be like, yo, like we see you, we hear you, like, or you hear us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, that's real. It's been
I wonder if there's anybody that's down that's been like listening to me since like the beginning. Like I wonder if we've been like if anybody's been like doing this with me since the beginning,
like as a listener.
Yeah,
you know, there gotta be somebody doing like 30 years. I'll give you 2 shebangs to borrow your headphones.
Well, that's what I'm like, yo, like, because I mean, I've been at it for 7 years, so it's like I wonder if there's any of like the listeners behind the wall that have been like, you know, down for a while, that have just been like tapped in for that long.
Gotta be. Reach out to us. Y'all need advice? Y'all need jail advice? I'll let Erin hold down that portion.
Yeah. I used to write everybody back. Like anybody that did write us from behind the wall, I would write back.
Dang, see, I'll be checking the wrong folder. You gotta see if any of them be writing in. I'll just be reading all this dang advice. Anything that you want to get to before we get on out of here, man? Is there anything, any takebacks, any apologies, any things you want to shout out? Anything?
No, I just want to see what Drake's numbers are this first week. He's slated to do.
I do, and I almost want to say, yo, if you don't do a lot of numbers on any of the projects, you could always resort to saying, well, I dropped 3 projects at the same time, so it doesn't count the way you think it does.
They say ICEMAN is supposed to do between 480 and 520, so let's see.
Those are huge numbers. I don't think he'll reach that, but I still think he'll do good numbers.
And they say the other ones are going to do in the 100s.
Okay, so I can see that. I can see ICEMAN outperforming them in the total listen through.
And the Audemars Swatch collab, the watches.
Okay.
Yeah, the chaos. Yeah, if
Listen,
anyone got one, I hate you.
Let them do what they do. It's a pocket watch. It wasn't, you know, I think the actual wrist watches were AI. Because at first nobody really knew what they looked like.
Yeah, but I want a pocket watch.
It was all right, man. Really, I went online and I just seen a bunch of dudes who already don't got AP saying that y'all are cheapening the brand of AP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's too much.
I don't think it matters as much as y'all think it matters. It don't. I'd honestly maybe even say this brings the value up of the AP watches that are known to be expensive. And this a little quick capsule collection. This ain't like
they're not limited.
Yeah, and that too. There's people on the resale tip, and like these ain't no limited thing. Like I might be able to go get another one next month, and you know, you cop 10.
They said in 8 months you'll be able to get one, so it's not even that serious.
For me, take backs, I don't think so. Shout out, nah, but my birthday is next week, so you know what it is, man. Next Monday. That's what we got going on. Big Gemini. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. The summer about to get hot. We're gonna be celebrating my birthday, so I'm gonna need y'all to lock in and you know, pay attention to the IG because I'm gonna be posting something. We're gonna be out celebrating. It's gonna be a good time. And yeah, that's what it is.
It's lit.
Yo, we out here. You know what it is. It's your boy Rapz, Petty White with me again. All right.
And I'm white.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Petty White.
As the name implies.
So yeah. Do the math. Do the research. Do the knowledge. Nah. And it's your boy Rapz. You know what it is, man. Thrust and Timberlake. I'm here. And I'm gonna be back. Same time, same place. Monday night, 10 p.m. You know what it is. Blow.